Hello friends, welcome back to WOW IAS. Welcome to the discussion on daily MCQ. Today is 25th of October 2021 and now we are going to discuss 5 questions based on the current affairs. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. But first let us discuss the question that was asked yesterday and yesterday's question was consider the following statements regarding seafloor spreading. First one, seafloor spreading is the result of mantle convection. Second one, seafloor spreading helps explain continental drift in the theory of plate tectonics. And third one, seafloor spreading occurs at both convergent and divergent plates. You have to choose the correct option. A 1 only, B 1 and 2 only, C 2 and 3 only, and D 1, 2 and 3. And the correct option is B 1 and 2 only. So if you see the first statement, so it says that seafloor spreading is the result of mantle convection. This is the right statement. And second statement said seafloor spreading helps explain the continental drift theory. This is also right because in the theory of plate tectonics, the continental drift theory basically says that because of this seafloor spreading, the continents actually moves. So the second statement is also right. And third statement which says that seafloor spreading occurs at both convergent as well as divergent plates. This is wrong because the seafloor spreading occurs only at the divergent plates and not at the convergent plates, because at the convergent plates you will have the subduction zone where one plate will go beneath the other, and then at that point of at that place, in fact, there will be no seafloor spreading that will be happening. Seafloor spreading is the geological process in which the tectonic plates, large slabs of earth, that is the lithosphere, splits apart from each other. The seafloor spreading and other tectonic activity process are the result of the mantle convection, as I told already. The convection currents carry heat from the lower mantle and the core to the lithosphere, and the convection currents also recycle lithospheric materials back to the mantle. The seafloor spreading occurs at divergent plate boundaries. As the tectonic plates slowly move away from each other, heat from the mantle's convection currents make the crust more plastic and less dense. The less dense material rises, often forming a mountain or elevated area of the seafloor. Seafloor spreading helps explain continental drift in the theory of plate tectonics. Okay, so this is all the information. So guys, as you know, daily we upload 5 questions based on the current affairs. So these MCQs basically will cover your current affair preparation. So to ensure that you revise it multiple times, do download this PDF of the discussion from the Telegram channel. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. You can just go and have a look. Now first, let us discuss the first question. The Debrigar Wildlife Sanctuary, sometimes mentioned in media, is located in A. Rajasthan, B. Odisha, C. Bihar, and D. Karnataka. You have to choose the correct option, and the correct option is Odisha. B. Odisha is the correct answer. Okay. So recently, the Odisha government has decided to relocate around 420 families from 4 zero connectivity villages in Debrigar Wildlife Sanctuary. The relocation is aimed at reducing man-animal conflict and providing better living conditions to the displaced families. So this Debrigar Wildlife Sanctuary facility is located in Bargra district of Odisha near the Hirakud Dam. So remember, Hirakud Dam is over the Mahanadi River. Mahanadi River flows through Odisha and it covers an area of 346.91 square kilometers. It is bounded on the east and the north by the huge Hirakud Reservoir, and it was declared as a wildlife sanctuary on 8th of February 1985. It's an important site for in situ conservation of the wildlife and its habitat in the state of Odisha. The flora, if you see in this sanctuary, it is dry deciduous forest, and the fauna, if you see, 4-horned antelope, Indian leopard, Indian elephant, the sambar, the cheetal, the gore, etc. are found here. Now let's look at the second question. Consider the following statements with respect to bioenzymes. First one, the bioenzymes are a mixture of complex organic substances such as proteins, salts, and other materials that are byproducts of the bacteria or yeast. It helps in mitigating the imbalance occurring due to the overuse of chemicals in our soil, air, and water. Which of the following are correct statements? A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. And the correct option is C both 1 and 2. So some farmers in Punjab, especially in the Kinnaur belt, have started making the bioenzymes from this waste fruit, peel and degrade. It's a very small kinnos. The kinno is a high yield citrus fruit cultivated extensively in wider Punjab region of India and Pakistan. Chemically, the bioenzymes are a mixture of complex organic substances like the proteins, salts, and other materials that are the byproducts of the bacteria yeast. So you can say that they are produced through the fermentation of organic waste, and this includes various fruits, vegetable peels, and other flowers by mixing in sugar, the jaggery, molasses, and water. So basically the bioenzymes also have a lot of usage in our daily lives. They can be used as natural cleansers. The bioenzymes have a lot of good microbes and one of the major methods which helps overall improvement of our ecology. It helps in mitigating the imbalance occurred due to overuse of chemicals in our soil, air and water. In the states like Punjab, where the water table is depleting very fast and water contamination is also a major issue, the bioenzymes can bring the soil back to life. It helps in better water recharging and also stops the contamination of water by improving the health of the soil. Okay, so this is all the information. Now let's look at the next question, third question. With respect to the Dakshineshwar Kali temple, consider the following statements. First one, this temple is situated at the western bank of Kaveri river. Second one, the temple is built on the basis of Ratna style architecture. Which of the statements are correct? A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2 and D neither 1 nor 2. So this question is based on Dakshineshwar Kali temple. So if you see the first statement, it is given, it is built on the western banks of Kaveri river. So Kali river and Kaveri river is in South India, but if you see the Kali temple, so the Kali temple is basically famous in West Bengal. So that's why the first statement is wrong, but the second statement is right. So B2 only is the correct answer. Okay. So the Navaratha temple, the temples which receives high cash donation, and it is situated in the eastern banks of river Hooghly in West Bengal. It is based on it actually is built on the basis of Ratna style of architecture. The Ratna style of architecture is the amalgamation of the Bangla and the northern India, that is Shikara style. And the construction period is from 1847 to 55. And the presiding deity is Bhavatarani, which is the form of the Prashasti Adya Kali standing on the chest of the supine Shiva. The gabled roof, which is a 8-sided pyramid structure, it's a roof and called Atchala or 8-faced roof, which resembles a dome. Okay, which resembles a dome. So and also almost every square inch of the temple is covered in the intrinsic details with the terracotta. And the idols in the Garbhagriha are Kali and Shiva, and goddess Kali appeared in the dream of Rani Rasmai and told her to construct this temple. Okay, and Ramakrishna Paramhams, the guru of Swami Vivekananda, worked as a priest in this temple. So it's a pretty famous temple. Okay, now let's look at the next question, the fourth question. Consider the following special powers which are conferred on the Rajya Sabha by the Constitution of India. A. To change the existing territories of a state and to change the name of a state. B. To pass a resolution empowering the parliament to make special laws in the state list and to create one or more All India services. C. To amend the election procedure of the president and to determine the pension of the president after his retirement. And D. To determine the functions of election commission and to determine the number of election commissioners. You have to choose the correct option. Okay. So basically, if you see, so it is said that these special powers which are conferred to Rajya Sabha, that means the power has to be there only with Rajya Sabha. So the first statement, to change the existing territory of a state and to change the name of the state, this is not the exclusive power of Rajya Sabha. Third statement also, to amend the election procedure of the president and determine the pension of president after his retirement. So to change this, you even require the states to also to pass this legislation. So the third statement is also wrong. The fourth statement, the fourth option, to determine the function of election commission and the number of election commissioners, this is also wrong, because election commission is a federal body. It's a body which is very important. So only Rajya Sabha cannot have power. But B, if you see, to pass a resolution empowering parliament to make state laws and create all India services, this is the right one, because the Rajya Sabha is nothing but the council of states. So if some states want specific laws, then it is the Rajya Sabha which can empower the parliament to make laws with regard to specific subject on the state list. So B is the correct answer. Okay. So yeah, the same thing is given here. So Article 249 gives this special power to Rajya Sabha to make a law on the state list, and Article 312, it authorizes the parliament to create new All India services to both center and state. This is also a special power to Rajya Sabha. Now let's look at the fifth question, the last question of the day. Consider the following statements. Attorney General of India can, first one, to take part in proceedings of Lok Sabha, second one, to be a member of a committee of Lok Sabha, third one, to speak in Lok Sabha, and fourth one, vote in Lok Sabha. You have to choose the correct option. A 1 only, B 2 and 4, C 1, 2 and 3, and D 1 and 3. The correct option is C 1, 2 and 3. Attorney General of India is part of the Union Executive. he can take part in proceedings of Lok Sabha, he can become a member of Lok Sabha, he also can speak in Lok Sabha, whereas he cannot vote in Lok Sabha. He does not have voting rights because he's not a member, you can say. He's not an elected member. Okay? So that's why the fourth option is wrong. The fourth statement is wrong. The first three are correct statements. So according to Article 76, the Attorney General, who is the highest law officer of the country, is appointed. He is appointed by the President of India. He is the chief legal advisor to the Government of India and advises the government on all legal matters. As the primary lawyer, he represents the Union Government in the Supreme Court of India. He also advises the President of India on legal matters. Attorney General has the right to speak and take part in the proceedings of both the House of the Parliament. Attorney General of India can be the member of any committee of the Parliament. He also possesses the right to take part in the proceedings of the Parliament and be part of the committee, but he does not have the power, or you can say he does not possess the voting right in the Parliament. Right? So this is all information about the Attorney General of India. Now let's look at the question of the day. And the question of the day is, which of the following river flows through a rift valley? First one Damodar, second one Mahanadi, third Narmada, and fourth Tapti. You have to choose the correct option. A 1, 2 and 4, B 1, 3 and 4, C 1 and 4, and D 2 and 4. Do give your answer in the comment box, and tomorrow we will discuss this question. And guys, as you know, we provide summaries for Vision Mains Test Series and Vision Monthly Magazine. You can find the details in our Telegram channel. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. Do check the quality of these summaries and do make the best use of these. So that's it, friends, from my side. I'll see you again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.